Hi ladies, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a really important topic that every woman, especially those of us dating or in relationships, needs to hear. We're talking about the biggest turn-offs in men, but not just physical stuff. This is about character, behavior, and energy. These are the things that may not always be obvious at first, but over time they chip away at our interest, trust, and even self-worth. And to make this list extra powerful, I reached out to several of my single girlfriends and asked them a simple question. What are some things a man does that instantly make you lose attraction? The responses? Nearly identical. Worded differently, but the root issues were the same. And that tells me these aren't just personal opinions, these are nearly universal red flags. So, if you've ever been confused about why you lost interest in someone even though they were attractive, or if you're just trying to get clear on what kind of behavior you should never tolerate, this video is for you. Let's get into it. 1. A man who follows tons of Instagram models. Let's be honest, this one stings. We've all been there. You meet a guy, things seem promising, and then you look at who he follows on social media, and it's a never-ending feed of half-naked women. Now listen, this isn't about being insecure. It's not about being jealous. It's about the energy behind that choice. When a man's feed is filled with women in lingerie, bikinis, or straight-up thirst traps, it tells you something important. Even if he doesn't say it out loud. It says that he's more interested in fantasy than in reality, more invested in surface-level validation than meaningful connection. Yes, he might still be a good guy. Yes, he might say, it's just Instagram. But for a woman who values emotional intimacy, loyalty, and depth, this can feel like a betrayal before the relationship even starts. High-value women want to feel like they're enough, like they're being seen and chosen. If he's addicted to that endless scroll of other women, it chips away at that sense of safety and respect. So ask yourself, is he really present with me? Or is he still caught up in the illusion of what he doesn't have? 2. Arrogance disguised as confidence. Confidence is sexy, we all know that. But when confidence turns into arrogance, it becomes a major turn-off. An arrogant man doesn't listen. He dominates conversations, brags about his money, name-drops people to impress you, and constantly tries to prove how right or superior he is. You're not a partner in his eyes, you're an audience. And what's worse, arrogance almost always masks deep insecurity. It's not real confidence, it's ego wearing a costume. Real confidence looks like curiosity. It looks like a man who knows his worth, but doesn't need to prove it to you every 5 seconds. So, if you're on a date and he talks only about himself, or dismisses your opinions, or can't admit when he's wrong, pay attention. That's not power. That's a red flag. 3. Laziness and lack of ambition. This isn't just about not having a 6-figure job or not being successful yet. This is about a man who's stagnant. No goals, no interests, no excitement about life. It shows up as emotional unavailability. It shows up as him expecting you to bring all the energy, effort, and direction into the relationship. A lazy man will slowly drain you. What's more attractive than anything? A man who's lit up about something? Maybe it's his career, maybe it's his music, his writing, his volunteering, whatever. Just something that makes him come alive. Because here's the thing, if a man has no passion or purpose, he will attach himself to you as his entire source of identity. And that's not love, that's dependency. Your man doesn't need to have it all figured out, but he should be trying. He should care about something beyond the bare minimum. 4. Asking for explicit photos too soon. This one is so common and so exhausting. You've barely gotten to know the guy, maybe you've just started texting, and suddenly he asks for a sexy picture. Ladies, let me be blunt. A man who's truly interested in you will not make you feel like you need to perform for him, especially not before he's earned your trust, your time, or even taken you out on a date. When he asks too soon, it doesn't feel flirty. It feels objectifying. It immediately turns a potentially deep connection into something shallow, transactional, and honestly, gross. It sends a loud message. I'm more interested in your body than your mind or your heart. If you're both in a place where that kind of exchange is consensual, respectful, and mutual, go for it. But if it's coming too early, too pushy, or too often, that's not romance. That's disrespect. 5. Unclear intentions, mixed signals. One of the biggest heartbreaks modern women face isn't rejection, it's confusion. He texts you all the time, flirts, compliments you, but never really makes an effort to spend quality time with you. Or he acts interested, but never defines what he wants. Or worse, he disappears for days, then comes back like nothing happened. This emotional roller coaster is exhausting. And guess what? You don't deserve it. High-value women want clarity, not desperation, not clinginess, but clarity. A man who knows what he wants will act like it. He won't play games. He won't try to manipulate you into chasing him. He'll make his feelings and intentions known and then back them up with consistent action. So if he's making you feel like you're guessing or competing for his attention, it's a red flag, not a love story. 6. Dishonesty, even the small lies. Lying is lying, period. Whether it's about who he was with, what he said, what he's doing, or even what he feels, every lie chips away at your ability to trust him. It doesn't matter if it seems small. If he lies about the little things, what else is he hiding? A relationship without trust is like a house with no foundation. It might look fine at first, but eventually it will collapse. So pay attention to how honest he is before you're even official. Does he dodge questions, change stories, get defensive easily? Honest men don't leave you confused. They tell the truth, even when it's inconvenient. And here's a truth I've learned from being around so many women. We always find out. So it's better to just be real from the start. 7. Poor hygiene or self-neglect. This might sound obvious, but it goes deeper than just skipping a shower. If a man doesn't take care of his hygiene, his health, or his appearance, it often reflects a deeper issue. He doesn't value himself. And if he doesn't value himself, how can he truly value you? This includes things like bad hygiene, breath, body odor, dirty clothes, poor grooming habits, neglecting his physical or mental health, refusing to put in any effort to look nice or feel good. It's not about being vain, it's about respect for himself and for you. You deserve someone who shows up as his best self, not someone who's just existing. Ladies, if you've seen these behaviors in your dating life, you are not crazy for being turned off. These are not too picky standards. These are basic signs of self-awareness, emotional maturity, and integrity. So don't settle. Don't make excuses for someone who keeps showing you the same red flags. And most importantly, trust yourself. If something feels off, it usually is. You deserve someone who makes you feel safe, desired, respected, and deeply seen. Not someone who gives you mixed signals, disrespect, or emotional crumbs.